I'm Rich Noonan for World Business Watch in Fort Myers, Florida. This was the view outside the Sanibel Harbor Resort and Spa for the 2010 Organic Growth Exchange. The stunning vistas provided a backdrop for another pivotal moment in the transformation of some of the most progressive and successful risk management agencies in the nation. The organic growth engine has been growing faster than Scott Addis and Gary Abram could have imagined when they started it. And this year, a couple of things emerged. First, Scott and Gary spoke far fewer words than they had in previous meetings. Instead, they were thrilled to watch OGE members exchange a ton of powerful, compelling information to help each other succeed. And secondly, there is a youth movement of sorts at OGE. Many new and younger members are on board. We asked some of them a simple question. Is membership in OGE with all its tools transforming their agencies?
Yes, Rich, I would say it has been transformational in a lot of ways, but probably most for us has been the ability to change the perception of us around our community. And I think, you know, the opportunity to change the perception of yourself or your agency is probably something that doesn't happen that often. So in that sense, it's been very good for us.
To be honest with you, it's not about the tools, it's about how you utilize the tools. And the group is such a great resource. The people within the group, I mean, these are the cream of the crop. And that's kind of what led me to this group, is we're dealing with people that are top-notch in the industry. And it's not your general brown cow in this group. So the resources are there, the tools are there. It's how you utilize them and how you run with it. And we're getting so much, the feedback here and the partnership and the camaraderie has been fantastic for us.
Another new member of OGE is John Copeland of North Carolina. He's been in the insurance business for over 30 years. He knows this game. But joining OGE has been a game changer.
It's definitely already been transformational, and we've already seen extremely positive results with people that we're talking to, prospects. We've just picked up a very large account for us. We're a very small agency, and we picked up a really nice account that probably otherwise we wouldn't have.
One of the highlights of this year's exchange was the introduction of the first class of certified risk architects. Talk about transformational. These men and women are true purple cows.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you risk architects. We want to be a unique breed. We want to be a unique brand. Could it be someday that we're somewhere and the person says, what's your profession? And the answer is, I am a risk architect. Matter of fact, I'm a certified risk architect. I think differently, I act differently. My job, as I see it, is to protect the assets of the firms and individuals that I represent. We're very strategic, we're very diagnostic. Here's what makes us very different and be able to describe that.
Ottawa Kent of Michigan was recognized with the OGE's Accelerator Award, the Agency of the Year, for the way that Ottawa Kent and its team have embraced the elements of OGE.
It's absolutely a ball. To give you an example of a transforming, we came up with the idea of sending care packages to key people at insurance carriers. And one employee that has been a veteran in the business for a long time they've only been with us for a few months, so they haven't been transformed yet. And she wasn't sure that the idea would work good, and she had what she thought might be a better idea. And she was the first one to get these fantastic responses back from her contacts saying, wow, this is incredible. There's been no agency that's done anything like this before. You guys are amazing.
One of the reasons OGE members are seeing amazing results is because they are constantly brainstorming and sharing success stories. At this exchange, the agenda was full of stories from around the country about what is working, what specific things are helping OGE members transform.
So we created a new award called the MVT for the most valuable transformer. And we want to give this out because of her sharing of our purple cow wisdom. I don't know who designed this. It's a beautiful design. But would you come up and accept the MVT, Margaret Ann?
I just want to thank Scott and Gary and everybody who's here. This is an amazing organization, and something that I think it was either you or Scott that said this morning, that it's all about relationships, and I've already talked to Roger Tedrick this morning, and he's going to help me out on something with one of the guys that I coach at the agency that needed some help in some coal mining issues, and so he's a perfect fit for that. And I know Stuart and some of the guys at the Homes organization helped us out probably a year ago or a year and a half ago on an airport municipality that we were trying to quote on and needed some help, and they had some expertise in that area. So I think that is the most important thing that we can bring to the table for one another, is being there for each other. And the gift of the goose, I'm looking forward to that in March. And I just appreciate you and Scott getting us all together and giving us the opportunity to share ideas. And I know this is something that Scott said, it wasn't all about the money in the beginning, but it's about making a difference in this industry. And I feel like that's what we're doing every day. So thank you for that.
Some of the legends of this business are taking notice of OGE. One of them is this man, Ralph Beers of RT Beers in California. Ralph literally coined the phrase risk architect many, many years ago.
And I think that there is just real momentum here. Scott and I have talked about this. My wish for you would be perhaps in 5 or 10 years that this is 5, 10, 15, 20 times larger, because I think as the momentum grows, the word gets out not only in our respective communities, the policy or the customers, the prospects that we're talking to, but I think the word also spreads internally within our own business. It's going to enable us to have better success with our carriers. And one thing that I'm really interested in is utilizing this whole process as a tool to recruit young people. That's the future of our business. It's the future of our agency.
One of the shining examples of that is this year's Big Moo Award winner. He's a 27-year-old star risk architect, Tim Yardy of the Homes organization in Oklahoma. He's got a great story of personal and professional transformation through OGE.
I brought in 5 new pieces of business last year, and I did not bid on one insurance policy. Went through the whole process in a pure way, first interviews, completing the risk management audit, and was hired. Asked the same question every time: do you think we're uniquely qualified to be your outsourced risk manager? And they said without a doubt 100%, and we were hired right on the spot. And I think, at my age and my tenure in the business so far, to be able to do that is remarkable. And I'm so happy to be part of this. I'm proud of myself, and I can't wait to go to work now every day. I wanted to quit just every other week. I said there has to be something more to this than just knocking on doors, bidding, and having a 25% chance of winning. And I believe if I have a first interview and we get green lights and they sign off on the audit, you're 90% there. The proof's in the pudding. For me, I've done, last year I did 5 audits and had 5 wins. But just even more than the revenue standpoint, it's just you feel better about how you are. We always say to our prospects is we want to be a valued partner. And like how you would view your CPA, your attorney, we want to be that valued person. And for so long, I don't think that we have been. And we can, and you still get people that say, no, it doesn't matter, I just want you to bid. And you say, I respectfully understand that opinion, but that's not how we do business, and we can't add value. And you get you have more respect for yourself, and they have more respect for you. And we've seen situations where we've walked away from $1 million or $2 million premium deals, and they come back and they go, okay, we're starting to believe what you do, and we want to reintroduce that conversation. So for me personally, I'm so excited because being so young and just so light years ahead of people that aren't embracing this, and people that aren't involved and don't truly believe that we can add value as a consultant. And I'm sorry that they're not here. I'm sorry that they're not doing this, but I'm really not, because I'm taking those accounts every single day from those people. And every time I'm out, what do you do? I'm a risk architect. Well, what is that? And I embrace it. oh, so you're an insurance sales guy? No, I'm not. I don't sell insurance. And I'm so passionate about it, and you know, and we see people within our organization that are dabbling in it, and I would wholeheartedly tell everyone, just go get behind it 100%. It will change your life, you know, and I'm so proud to be involved with Scott and Gary and every single person in this room, so thank you.
Tim is not alone. Every young person in the room at this OGE exchange could tell similar stories about how OGE transforms. Matt Fay sums it up pretty well.
Being an insurance agent, most of the time you might as well tell people you have the Ebola virus, you know, because that's about what they're going to equate you to. But if you can move it beyond that and, you know, and change their perceptions, but also take some pride in being a risk manager or you know, whatever you decide to call it. That's a huge step, and it's a huge mental leap that is very helpful. But this process has kind of helped me realize that you can still be a little bit punk rock, you know, which is important.
Punk rock and OGE. Now that's transformational. Gotta love it. For World Business Watch, I'm Rich Noonan. We'll see you next time.